I've been having this conversation lately, and what I'm noticing in society, I feel like we're so disconnected with not only with us, within ourselves, but with each other. And I think that's contributing a lot to poor mental health. And I see that in schools, you've been doing meditation and stuff in schools.
Lots of.
How important is that to get these kids at such a young age to have the conscious awareness to be doing meditation?
Oh, mate, it's a pretty magical thing to watch them learn it too, because you're in some parts, you're the first person that's ever shown them what it looks like. What was really important to me when I started building out these programs for these kids was I'd go into schools and I'd watch other programs and I'd sit up the back, and I had a lot of people, like, as a mental health advocate that does a lot of work around the country, they're like, hey, Matt, can you come in and watch our program and see what you think of it? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. I'd sit up the back and they'd teach meditation and things. The kids would meditate. Or teachers would have me up the back of the class and they're like, we meditate all the time at school, so that's great. And then they'd finish the session and I'd say, can I intervene? And they're like, sure. And I'd bring over, I said, pick any kid you want. Jimmy. Jimmy comes over. Hey, Jimmy, when do you meditate, mate? He goes, when the bell goes, 11 o'clock. It's a good answer, Jimmy, but guess what? There's no bell in the real world, son. So for me, it was just like these kids know what meditation is. They don't know why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a full 60 minutes prior to teaching any breathwork techniques or meditation in phase 2 of our program, where they learn the 3 parts of the brain. Most adults don't know the 3 parts of the brain. So, we have our superhero to the kids. Karen Young, fantastic parenting expert, child anxiety expert, she calls it the warrior. We call it our superhero. Our superhero is our amygdala, flight or fight. Is this that protects us? The role of our superhero, same as the movie, is to protect us. But Superman can't protect 2 people at once. They only do one thing at a time. Our brain can only do one thing at a time properly, which means if we slow down and be more present to that one thing, we'll do it right. Superman likes presence, likes doing one thing at a time, likes it silent. You insert breathwork, meditation, mindfulness. Superman lets a memory through or a thought through down to our hippocampus, which stores our memories. It's our librarian. So the kids understand it as a librarian. Our librarian likes a quiet library. When we have a quiet library, our librarian can store the books in the right spot. Hence, our thoughts can be stored in the right spot and our memories can be stored in the right spot, meaning when our judge, which is our prefrontal cortex, needs to make a decision, they grabs the librarian, grabs the books and the thoughts and the memories and our education, our information of that situation, runs it to our judge. The judge makes a decision. Fast that process up. Someone calls you a name, goes down the back, finds it, panicking, not stored in the right area. Fuck you. We retaliate. Bad choice. Not a bad person, bad choice. Because up here he's going crazy. Up here's got a million thoughts going on. But if we slow down, someone says a name to us, we sit with it, we pull ourselves out of it, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, remove ourselves from the situation, don't say anything nasty back.
You can respond instead of react.
And so we help the kids to understand how the brain works, and then we teach them breathwork techniques, and then we teach them meditation. And it's magical. Magical.
Fucking sounds magical just hearing it.
It is good. These kids know the 3 parts of their brain. I mean, we'd be dorks doing it, but it's like protect, store, decide. And the kids are like, they run through the process with their mind. They're like, okay, thought comes in. Is it safe? Am I okay? Yep. Goes down to the memory, pause, makes a good decision. So when somebody's doing something or you're on a test, it's about walking through that process of slowing the mind down so we can make good, clear decisions. But if our mind is all doing, the decision and the clarity we have in that moment of time is not going to be the best. So it makes it very hard to concentrate. My whole school was read a book. Yep, cool. I'd look at the question. Here's the question. And then the teacher would go, Matt, the question's on page 37. I'm like, okay, I'll go flick to page 37. I'm like, the fuck was the question again? It was already gone. Yeah. I couldn't even do that. They're telling me where the answer is. I still couldn't find it, right? Because my brain was just chaos. And it'll continue to be like that if I don't look after it. So mindfulness, meditation, breathwork, that's where the answers lie. The more present we are to things, the more we see the signs. The first tear comes from the left eye duct, it's pain. First tear comes from the right eye duct, it's joy, happiness, and contentment. These things people don't know, right? But these things are the signs. I know you can Google all the other signs, but these are the sorts of things that are right very in front of us. When does Matt talk really, really quick? When is he really, really nervous? When does he break the eye contact to look up there because he's really, really shitting himself? When does he play with his hands? Are they sweaty? Are they clammy? Why? When we understand this stuff, we can start to go, when he was talking about this is when I noticed this. Boom, there's your sign. Work with it. Yeah.
understanding the social cues.
It's not about analysing people, but it's about understanding as a good friend why they do what they do in what moment of time. So it's like, oh, I think I just hit a pain point. I heard him stop and think and have pauses. Boom. I'm not going to go at it, but I'm going to understand that it's there, and I'm going to continue to massage that sign until I get out of him what was really going on there for him. Instead of I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all good. So it's just like, for me, it's a game, it's a process. So it's just like, oh, I felt that. Do you feel that? Yep. They sit there and they say something that their eyes are up here while they're doing it, or they're playing with their hands, or the tears coming down here. Something going on there. We work with it. Long term, not I want to find out the answer right now. I know you're lying to me. Doesn't look like that. It looks like sitting there and, as I said, understanding that the signs are always in front of us if we're consciously looking for them or present to them. But as I said, this world right now is doing, busy. An absolute fucking cop-out of a word used by people who don't know how to prioritize their time for things that matter. 1,440 minutes in a day, 400 to 600 sleeping, 400 to 600 at work, 400 to 600 remain to be a good person, to be present to people. And like we said before with parenting, 20 minutes of quality, intellectual, physical, and emotional and spiritual time invested in our kids allows them enough of what they need to know they're loved. And it's the same for human beings out there too. So it's just like 20 minutes of that a day, 1,440 minutes of it in a day. So somebody tell me they're too busy to help somebody. Somebody show me their diary and tell me they're too busy to be a good person. Please.
It's cop out.
Please. Shut up.
Exactly.
I say it all the time, but we can both get caught up in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, being aware. These choices don't make us bad people, but they make us, as long as we're consciously aware of what we're doing, we can always reflect and be more effective.